Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of SupFM, your favorite streetwear podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Luke Trevisi. With me, as always, I got my boy, my guy, Chris Cheney with me.
What up?
And Lawrence will not be here as of right now. Might come in later. We don't know yet. But regardless, that's our homie, LZD325, Lawrence Deloach.
Yep, you can find him at what he just said, LZD325 on all social platforms. But what about you, Luke? Where can they find you?
Well, hold on. Before we go on to me, let's talk about how Lawrence also has a podcast called I Hate This Job.
That's true, which you've done.
I've done.
Great episode.
I think he's waiting until number 1,000 to get you on. That's what
I think so. He's really waiting to, make sure that he wants to leave it with a bang. You know what I mean?
He was like, let me close this one out real good. The guy that I've been doing a podcast with for years.
For too long.
Just save him for like episode 1,000.
Yep.
So, you can find me at Trevizus, Troveezus. If you go to my Instagram, in my bio is going to be a link to a YouTube clip of me doing stand-up, which I would like you to check out.
Go check it out.
Where can they find you?
At Not That Cheney, CHENEY on all social platforms. You can also find my design work at A Life. Spring just dropped the tees. So periodically each week, there'll be more and more of my work dropping on there. And please check that out and please purchase if you like.
Yeah. Buy it all. Don't think about it. Just buy all of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. You can also find the podcast at SupPodcastNYC on all Instagram, on all social media platforms. Instagram is where we are the strongest as of right now.
Right.
Shout out to Haas for giving us a new YouTube wallpaper kind of situation for
a thumbnail. The thumbnail.
Yeah.
Join the Discord. It's always the invitation is the link in the description. Come hang out. Previous guests who work at high-end fashion labels, other streetwear labels, listeners from all over the globe. We got kids from the UK. We got Europe, like all of Europe. You know what I mean? Australia. We have a base. You know what I mean? So just come kick it in the Discord, yo. That's the spot to hang out.
That is the spot to hang out. This week, we were talking about the Hawaiis pretty much all week. That was kind of our big thing. We had all the raffle links going crazy. It's a fun time.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, we're trying to help each other get shoes. You know what I mean? So like, come in, use our raffle links. I will admit once again, some of the people I know who I've worked with in the past who work in streetwear use our raffle links to help them. Yep. So don't feel any shame about that. You know what I mean? Like, we're all trying to get the best shit that we can with what we got.
Yeah, man. Listen, we're trying to help you get shit for retail. So come to our Discord and chill with us.
Which I have a story. I would like to tell you, but first I would like to lead into that story with, I was just literally a couple hours ago at the Kaws exhibit in the Brooklyn Museum.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very cool. I didn't expect to go. I got a text from my sister actually Thursday, and she was like, yo, my boy who likes the same shit that you do is going to New York for the exhibit. I guess he was here before, but what he did was I guess you couldn't go see the exhibit, then go to the gift shop. There was something weird where they were doing, because there was a lot of like shit people wanted to resell in the gift shop. So what he did is, instead of actually going to see the exhibit, he was here like a month ago. He went and grabbed all the shit that he wanted to resell, and then he just dipped. But he couldn't see the museum. He couldn't see the exhibit because after you enter the gift shop, they don't let you see the exhibit.
Wow, crazy.
I don't know, some weird shit, but like, whatever, who cares? So he wanted to see the exhibit, so he hit my sister, was like, yo, I'm going. Do you want to go? And then she was like, yeah. And I guess there was an extra ticket for whatever reason. Maybe someone didn't go. I don't know. But like, I got invited. And man, it was very cool, man. Yeah. You forget like who Kaws is and what he did. You know what I mean? Like, Kaws is like that guy right now.
Yeah, I guess so. He's like the kind of when you think of like designer toys or anything like that, like kind of like high, I guess like streetwear art.
Well, contemporary art, we'll say.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of the guy for that. Have you ever been to Big J's friend? I think Gary is his name. His apartment. Do you know what I'm talking about? For like 4th of July.
He has there's the party in the backyard, right? I haven't been to it, but like Becky's told me about it. You told me about it. Shout out Becky.
Yeah. So there's like a guy who lets one of our comedian friends use his roof for 4th of July, and every time it's great because it will just be me and Becky inside of like his apartment, like getting ready to use the bathroom, and we're just having a conversation about like Kaws and like Supreme and all this other stuff, and everybody else is like, this guy's got way too many toys, they don't
yeah people don't get it. All right, so hold on, let me share my screen. So I apologize to all the audio only listeners, but I'm going to be showing some pictures because like you forget. So right when you walk in, bro, this thing, we got these 2 wood companions. I'll just keep calling them companions. These are like 30 feet high.
Right. And they're like 30 grand each.
Guy, the amount of money that was in this part of the museum, just the Kaws shit was out of line. So, you got like the anatomy one.
Classic.
So these pictures are going to kind of jump around, but like, yeah, they have like the Snoopy and all his Simpsons work that he did. Not necessarily with them directly, but like the paintings that he originally did to sort of set off the relationship, right?
Yeah, he did that one like family picture where it's all
yes.
He got into some trouble with that though.
Yeah, and as you should. I mean, that's how a lot of these relationships start, right? It's like, as an artist, you're unauthorized to use these companies' intellectual property, but as an artist, you want to make art the way you want to do it. So some shit like, making Snoopy with the X's and the I's is what you got to do.
Yeah.
But this is honestly one of my favorite things that was in the museum, right? It's not actually one of his pieces of art. It's so funny to see something like this be like
written,
typed out.
like for a serious museum.
Yeah.
Piece?
So this was typed out like somebody like seriously would like, spell check all that. They printed the vinyl, they hung it. It's just giving credit to Nigo from Bait for doing like his first companion, like that first collaboration that really set it off. And it mentions Jay-Z, it mentions Pharrell. Yeah. You're like, how is this hanging up in a museum? This is crazy.
It is pretty crazy that like the thing that we talk about like every week is considered a museum piece at some point,
Yeah.
At some level.
Here, I'll just read one excerpt from it. Pardon my pronunciation of Nigo's actual name. Tomoki, in quotes, Nigo.
Come on, it's Tomoyaki.
Tomoyaki, excuse me. I apologized early.
Nagao. Like Nagao. You act like you don't watch any anime.
Do you think I can say any of those words?
Eventually, you can say ara every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Of the fashion label A Bathing Ape, in parentheses, Bape, and Hikaru Iwanaga, excuse me, founder of the toy design company Bounty Hunter. Nigo provided Kaws with one of his earliest commercial collaborations, which attracted recording artists like Jay-Z and Pharrell Williams to his work.
Actually, it's pronounced Pharrell Williams.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not.
Oh, no, it's AZ because the J is silent, right? No, but like reading that sentence, dude, is crazy because then the key word to me there is commercial collaborations.
Right.
As a street artist going into the commercial space, it's very hard to break through.
Yeah.
It's one of the hardest things you could do as an artist. So like just thinking about that, it was like in 1999, they're talking about, we're like years and years ago. I mean, look at some of this stuff. So like, I don't know if the scale of some of this stuff can really be perceived, but these are all huge. These are all like as big as you and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like the Elmo companion. I don't know what that specifically the name of this one is really, but I called it the Elmo companion.
It's more of a Cookie Monster situation, but yes, Elmo.
Kind of Cookie Monster. Street. It's like you fuse the two.
Yes.
I didn't know he did a flip-on Gumby. That's Bendy.
He did. Oh, that's Bendy.
The yellow thing here. Again, I apologize for the audio-only listeners, but this was probably my favorite part. Right. So you can only see one screen here. Also, check out that girl with the Sacai waffles right there. I'll talk about the heat that everyone was wearing. But so you had these 4 different companions laying in the middle, right? You had these wooden ones on the side, and then you had all the videos of every balloon he made of the companion.
Okay.
And I didn't realize so that's like in the middle of that's California somewhere. You could see in the back, but like that's bigger than a boat.
That's San Francisco.
Yeah, whatever. That all West Coast shit is the same to me. It's like
but it's like behind the Golden Gate Bridge. It's like a giant balloon of a Kaws companion statue floating.
But dude, that's as big as a boat.
Nice.
Like I know the scaling is off. It just because on the back it's weird, but like that's as big as a boat, man. And all these wooden ones were surrounded by those screens. Like that's a close up of one laying down, but like these are all like very well made, very crafted. Like this was a very cool experience. So I know it's a lot of the shit is sold out right now. So that's why I'm trying to share as much as I can about the exhibit for those who, especially in New York, can't go. But super cool. Here's one just off painting.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, no, it was such a good tool. But so this is the other thing. Like I said, the kid I went with and my sister, he had been there before and he scooped a bunch of shit to resell. There was only 2 items per person, even though it's like there wasn't a lot of shit in there now. Like there was no men's tees. There was only youth. I could have got you a youth large.
You could have got me a youth extra large, bro.
I didn't even think about it.
Bro.
And I only bought one. One thing too.
Damn, bro. You could have gotten me a youth extra large Kaws shirt and I would have been like Gucci for life.
Damn, I didn't even think about it. So anyway, like my dumbass is like, I'm looking around, like there's only youth tees. I'm not wearing that. I'm like not a poster guy. I mean,
now I gotta go. You understand that, right?
It's all sold out. I don't think anyone can go.
Oh.
I mean, you guys see the back of my room from any one of the YouTube audience. Like, I'm not like a poster guy. I got some art hanging, but I'm like not a poster guy. But the kid I was with, his name is Caddy. He cops 2 posters of artworks that were hanging in the museum, right? I'm a dummy. I'm like, let me just grab this tote. So I say, grab something, $25, whatever. We're walking out, and I'm like, so what are you doing? Why'd you get 2 of the same poster? He was like, oh, I'm going to sell one. I'll keep the other. I'm like, guy, you're not making any money on that. You might as well just fucking whatever. He goes, no, look. So he pulls up stock, and I think he bought the poster for 30 each. Mm-hmm. And it was on stock for 75. So that one poster covered him the whole way. And I'm an idiot. I was looking at the posters like, why the fuck am I going to buy those? Who the fuck wants a poster?
You fool. You know, it's comfortable to see. Like, I'm glad to see that somebody in this group of hosts still thinks like a designer and not so much like a reseller, like me and Lawrence do.
I mean, that's where I'm coming. That's my background. You know, like I don't always think like that. Like it reminded me that I should.
Yeah, you should.
It reminded me that like some of this stuff, although like you don't realize there's money in there, that there is money, but also I'm not in this for money. So that's the other thing. That's why I'm not always like with that on the front of my brain, you know?
Sure. Totally understand that. That's very fair. Now, you mentioned that there were some people wearing some heat.
There was some heat. It was interesting because there's, I don't know who's a regular museum goer out of the listeners, but as a person who went to art school, was like always kind of like in museums or whatever, there was never any heat. I can confidently say most times that I was in a museum, I had the best shoe on.
Nice. This
was not the case. There was a lot. So we saw those Sacai waffles. I saw the Witherspoon Adidas for the first time in person.
First time
in person.
Wow.
A lot better than I thought they were going to be. They looked like kind of messy to me, but like the strings hanging off. And
the Stan Smith, right?
Yeah, the Stan Smith.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, not the
new one.
Not the 97s or anything. No. But those flower ones, like super dope. A lot of Yeezys, of course. Those are like the layup shoe to get if you don't want Nikes. You know what I mean? But like there was a lot of like the dude I was with was Rockefeller Forces. Like there was like just a lot of good sneakers. I refuse to learn the name of this brand because after I learned Aimé Leon Dior's name, I'm like I'm done learning fancy brand names. Yeah. I'm an anomaly.
It's me, French guy.
I'm an anomaly.
I'm an anomaly.
This is your shit, though. That's a French brand. You should be able to say it.
Yes, I'm a
As the French guy, which I guess for right now, this is a French episode.
I'm a manier.
Yeah, so those in person, fire.
Yeah.
Actually, after seeing those in person too, and also having my love for the Fragment 3s, I think I just like the 3s without elephant print. And I know that's sort of like kind of an egregious thing to say.
Sacrilegious, yeah.
But like, it's much cleaner without them.
Yeah, I agree. I can see it. It's not like it's not the craziest thing in the world. I think the elephant print was kind of a turnoff for me when I was growing up when it came to the 3s. I didn't really like the silhouette, and I didn't really like the cracking of the.
The elephant print was the shit to me. I was like, oh, this shit bangs. I want this shit on everything.
Put that shit on everything, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, and then we've seen them do that, and I'm like, no, stop.
Can you do an A-Life T-shirt with elephant print?
I'm sure they've done it before.
Can you do one now?
Yeah, I could do. Well, I'd have to. Well, I'll do it, and then I'd have to be like, "Hey guys, should we make this?" And everyone's gonna probably say no.
Like elephant print.
What is this? 2005, Chris?
2005. It's like it tells the story of how I used to work at Mark Echo. That's a rhinoceros, though, Chris.
Yeah, they don't let my lineage get into the line, unfortunately.
Yeah, you also mentioned those. You saw a lady with the Sacai Vaporwaffles.
Yeah, that was in the photo. Vaporwaffles were there. Just like general, like the floor was hot.
Floor was hot.
The wood that was being touched by all these sneakers was getting warped by the amount of heat it was touching.
You had to keep it away from the wooden statues.
Yeah, man. No, so it was just a very interesting crowd too. It was nice to see like a more, I'm not gonna say youthful, but like excited crowd to be there. They were younger, but usually when you go to museums, it's like it's not dull, but it's sort of like stale.
You just go to the wrong museums, man. You got to go to the MoMA.
No, MoMA's cracking too, but it's still stale in the air. You know what I mean? Because like, here's the other thing too. It's like you got full families who don't know what the fuck they're looking at.
That's true.
You got foreigners who also don't know what they're looking at. There's a bunch of people who really don't know what they're looking at. And I know art is like only art because we're able to interpret it. So like everyone's supposed to be able to look at it or whatever. But like, you gotta remember, like, this is so hyper specific that this crowd of people was like there because they know who Kaws is, which was a very refreshing sort of like environment to be in.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. I can see that. That seems like a very good answer as to why it was enjoyable. I'll accept that.
Yeah, like when you go to the MoMA, you see the kids get hype over the Street Fighter display because they're like, dude, video games are art. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But then when you go look at like any other thing, you show them a Van Gogh. You think they're going to be hype over that?
You know, I don't know. Maybe they'd be like, yo, that's the guy from the TikToks with the one ear.
They don't even know that he cut off his ear, bro. That's what I'm saying.
They definitely know that he cut off his ear. That's like
Guy.
the most memeable thing about him.
No, if you ask any 13-year-old right now, there's no way. But
all right, let me just go through my list of 13-year-olds that I know. I'm making a sour face at Chris right now because I just want to make that clear to the listeners, as if I were to imply that I don't know any.
Well, tell us, audience Discord, tell us, what do you think? Do 13-year-olds know who Van Gogh is?
Yeah, do 13-year-olds know who Van Gogh is, or has our education system failed them? I don't know.
Absolutely failed them. But anyway, I digress. We should get away from Kaws.
I wanted to talk about, the vapor waffles that you were talking about.
Oh, okay.
New vapor waffles.
There are.
There's new Sacai Vaporwaffles coming out, and I'm very excited for them.
Why?
Because they're pretty. Like, do I have to have a reason? They're just pretty.
I don't know. I'm just over them.
You're just over them? Hold on. First, let me
pull them up.
This purple, this dark purple called Dark Iris. It's like a purple and orange and some sort of like a navy or midnight navy blue. It's sick, bro. I like the color scheme.
Look, I'm not mad at them, but I'm just like over this silhouette. Like, I'm not gonna say I don't like reruns, or part twos, or like a continuation of a shoe, but like they never let off the pedal on this shoe.
Okay.
I mean, like, how many different kinds are there now? 4, right? There's been 2 separate drops with 2 or 3 each.
Oh, and there's gonna be a sale colorway too. Okay, maybe we're going a little crazy.
Wait, pull up the sale. Didn't they drop that already?
No, this is they didn't drop this yet, did they?
Oh no, April 22nd, 2021. Okay, so
they just announced these.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago. Okay.
Oh man, I don't.
Yeah,
know
but
how,
I'm like, whatever. Like, cool.
Yeah, but it's got a fat tongue, and it looks like the tongue is sticking out another tongue. Or it's like, I don't know.
Like,
man.
These, what are the other collaborative shoes? They're kind of like burning into the ground. Like these, like
the Sacai's, of course, are definitely number 1. I think number 2, maybe the Travis Scotts are being burned into the ground.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like these shoes. I'm not mad at them. I would never wear them. I think I would look insane in them. But like it's just a lot for me, and they haven't let off the pedal. So it's just seemed like it's like I'm sort of like whatever. There's no.
If I get the sesame blue one, I'm going to start wearing big trench coats with these and act like I don't know anybody anymore. I'm just gonna feel like a superstar in these that just doesn't fuck with anybody.
Why do you have to wear a big trench coat?
I think it just will match with it pretty well. Honestly, it's like that sesame color will match with like that brown.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. So I walk around like that with my Sacai Vaporwaffles, and then I'll talk about like some indie band that I've never heard of before, but I pretend,
Wait, what are Sacai's going on stock right now? Which we have to talk about their new logo. God, it is so bad.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about today. Which ones are we looking at as far as Sacai's? I
mean, any of them. So like the ones you just were talking about, the Sesame Blues, they're 522, but they're not out yet, right?
They're not out yet.
So that's a fake. Oh, I hate how they do that. We shouldn't be able to see a price on these until they're out.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's not how stocks work. I can't look at what the fuck Coinbase's IPO was before it came out.
Yes, you can.
You can?
Yeah, you can see what the initial public offering is going to be.
Oh, but that's a stagnant price.
It starts at, so like they'll tell you like it starts at like 365. Like
okay, that's fine.
Evaluated at this much. And
but it doesn't. But this IPO on this fucking vapor waffle isn't like a real number. You know what I mean? I guess true. Is retail the IPO?
Yeah, I would say that the retail is the IPO.
I hate everything right now. This is so funny. Just trying to talk stock with with sneakers.
Stonk X, baby.
Stonk X. Yeah, so some of these like they kind of went down, right?
They're
so
like 500. They're all around the
those
500.
green and yellow ones are 289. But I mean, either way, I was just trying to see where they kind of were on the.
The green and yellow ones are 289 for a size 14. Let's just make that clear to the listeners. Nobody go and run to StockX right now and try to buy these for cheaper, unless you're a size 14. Then go for it. Yeah, a lot of these shoes are not doing great in resale value, like 500, somewhere around there.
I don't know what's good for resale anymore. Like I don't know like what the profit margin is. I guess it's whatever like the person needs to pay their bills, but like I don't know like what like the like what's a good margin anymore. Because I feel like if you buy a Dunk for 100 and you sell it for 1,000, you know it's $900. That's great. But if you buy a Sacai at whatever and then sell it at whatever, you only make like say 120. Like is that good? I don't know.
Honestly, any type of profit for me is good. You know, like if it's like $10, I'll just be like, okay, cool. So I earned points on my credit card, and then I also made an extra $10. Cool, that's great.
That's the adult version of reselling.
Yeah, that's the adult.
Let me build my credit by paying off my sneaker.
By paying off my sneakers immediately.
Actually, you know what? I think we could segue into another shoe that they haven't really let off the pedal. They kind of have the Union 4s, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
I love these, man. I'm team get me as many fucking opportunities to try to get a shoe as possible. So I like the yellow hits, you know, obviously that Union LA yellow. I like the green. I like that crazy green going on. The green and the blue are literally colors from Yu Yu Hakusho. That is the green that is in Urameshi's fucking high school outfit, and then the blue is the spirit gun. Bro, it's just fucking, it's a layup for me.
All right, with that reason, it makes sense to me. I'm not saying I'm mad at him. I'm just saying, like, I'm still not off the high of the. I didn't really get to wear the 4s out.
Word. So you don't want these, is what you're saying?
No, I want them. I want them, and I'll probably get them. No lie.
I know that's what I was kind of getting at. I was like, oh, you don't want these? Okay.
No, I think I might get another email. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Asking me if I want them, but I just really still haven't scuffed my other 4s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let me like wear those and like have an issue cleaning them before you come out with another version of the shoe. You know?
Yes. Yeah, I hear you. It has only been a year.
Yeah, and it's also like I could wear them, but then like, you know, COVID flexing was weird, and then like there's plenty of excuses that I could make
also,
why I didn't wear them.
We don't know what the flip top on these looks like. Is it going to be the same, or is it going to have like it's, you know,
no,
is it going to have a different look to it?
I guess maybe they might have a little secret in there, but
they definitely have a secret. I just don't know what the tongue's going to look like when it's opened up all the way.
I think it'll just be like the gray. You could see under it. You could see the tongue.
But the other one had like that confetti kind of look to it. You know what I mean? The guavas.
I guess so.
Did you open yours? I don't remember.
Yeah, I opened mine.
Cut them. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also like a yellow one that's like a purple and blue.
That yellow one can get out of my face.
The yellow one can get out of your face. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
All right. Well, all right. If I get an email, Luke, you can have those ones.
Oh, I have to settle. I'll be okay with that. Yeah. Listen, I like them. I like them a lot. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a pair, but I'm not mad at them. I like the idea of these sneakers need to be more accessible, I think. And having like this is kind of a way to do that.
Oh shit.
Lawrence
is coming in.
Lawrence DeVoe
is
here.
Oh my guy.
Perfect timing, buddy.
What's up, guys?
We just started talking about the we just went over the Union 4s.
Yes.
What do you feel about the new stuff?
Well, first I just want to say sup, episode 162, your boy LZD 325 in the building.
Yeah.
Happy to be with my guys.
Yeah.
This would be the second best colorway out of the, you know, like I feel not the second best, but I feel like their first two were dope, and then these feel like just the throw-ons, man, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me twisted. I'm trying to cop those Desert Morse joints, but the black ones were to me the best Union 4 out of the bunch.
So what I was just kind of saying, Al, to Luke was like, I haven't even gotten to really wear the other ones yet. You know what I mean? So like, you know, we were kind of talking about just like letting off the pedal on the shoes, like let them breathe so we can like appreciate them. And like, I haven't really appreciated the first pair yet. How am I supposed to like get hyped for these when I still got the other ones unscuffed? Like I got to go live in them before I get a chance to care about these ones, you know?
I feel you. I think that these are, like I said, they're the Union. They did well. The first two were set up, you know, amazing. These people still gonna go crazy for them because,
Of course.
Mhm.
yeah, they still hot though. I'm not gonna like sit here and figure with you. I do like them, but the first two did something a little different to my body.
Mhm. Are you team?
It did something different in my body, man.
Are you team? Are you over the vapor waffles too? We talked about the new colorways while you were gone.
Never was a fan of the vapor waffles, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Never got behind them shits, man.
Mhm.
The first joints, the LDV or the LD waffles or whatever, the
Mhm.
first amazing. Then
Yeah.
these, it just felt like why fuck up a good thing?
Yeah, man.
I feel you on that. That's fair. I like the sesame colorway personally, but that's just me. I hear exactly what you guys are saying. It's not a very wearable shoe.
Mm-mm.
No, but L, I think you came in at a good time too, because I think right now we were going to go into the Kobe stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. It's yeah, I don't
Not-
know if you guys where you want to start at because you guys got the floor, man.
I mean, so we've previously had a discussion about some guy saying he was going to leave Nike and do his own thing, and
Mhm.
I think if I'm remembering correctly, we're all kind of like, yeah, I mean, like, cool that you're telling us, I guess, but like,
Mhm.
you should have said this maybe when he was like, don't say it after he's dead. You know what I mean? Like, guy can't
Mhm.
like defend himself. He can't like give any context or whatever.
Mhm.
And this is sort of similar. I mean, with Vanessa taking the charge and sort of like, admitting that like, yeah, we're backing out of it. I'm kind of like, it still kind of lingers to me. Like, I wish this wasn't happening when he was passed. I wish he was kind of around to like shed some light on his thoughts, in his own words. But now here we are. We got this thing where like he's not at Nike anymore, and Vanessa got it, and there's like a bunch of confusion of what's really going on. So I don't know what you guys think, but I'm confused mostly.
I'm pretty, I'm team Vanessa on this one. Listen, if she don't want to have people, if she doesn't want to have Kobe's name on fucking sneakers anymore and she doesn't want to do that, that's fine. She doesn't have to.
I mean,
The
she
other-
brought up good points. The accessibility to the shoe, which we've all complained about, was like the main thing, at least for her.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I think that was the big thing for me too, is that like, she wants her husband's memory. Like the Grinches were like, I think the tipping point for her, right? When the Grinches
Mhm.
came out, she even said like, oh, we're gonna try to make sure everybody gets a pair of these, because she knew how special that shoe was to everybody who saw him play in those Christmas in those shoes on Christmas Day.
Yep.
Everybody knows how special that shoe is to them. And then, Nike, knowing that everything is going, they're not stupid. They know they could have made more. This could have been a shoe that landed on the shelves. And if it did land on the shelves, that Vanessa might still be in the Nike contract. So I'm kind of glad that this happened, because Nike needs to get pushed back for a lot of the stuff that they do.
Yeah, I feel like what the problem was, and I will say this, and unfortunately, when Kobe passed away, his sneakers, his memorabilia, everything that had his insignia on it became straight. It just shot straight through the roof.
To the moon,
And-
bro.
And when we look at when Kobe was alive and when they were doing pro tros and stuff like that, a lot they sat on the shelves. And true hoopers, if you play ball and you realize, I used to love playing in the Kobe 8s, like those type of models, Kobe 9s. But you were a basketball player if you got them. But now everyone and their mother just wants to flip them. And I feel like, with the whole Nike milked the Mamba Day, the 824, and it was like, oh, we got this big Kobe celebration, and then it's just limited drops, frustrating drops. And I get where Vanessa's saying. Now, I feel like both parties kind of need each other, because if Nike says, all right, well, we'll still put out the Kobe models, we just can't, we can't use his name or his likeness like they've done in the past with other models. But then you look at on Vanessa's end, and if they say, well, we're going to create our own brand, or we go to Adidas or some shit like that. The memories that Kobe had in a lot of those sneakers, like you just mentioned, the Grinches, the Kobe, the All-Star joints, all these different models, it's what fucking drove the legacy.
Yeah.
So I would hope at some point these two would come to some sort of agreement, and it doesn't have to be tomorrow, but for what Kobe, he's done for that brand. There's Michael, there's LeBron, there's Kobe, and in terms of basketball, KD obviously has sneakers, but those three giants.
Yeah, that's the holy trinity right there.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for Nike to not, or for Vanessa, but I think there needs to be more accessibility. We need to have more women's kids sneakers, women's sneakers.
Right.
It used to be a lot more than what Nike was doing because Nike was catering to their fucking reselling core.
Yeah. I mean, you even brought up Adidas. I would love for somehow to let Nike make their Kobe's, let Adidas make those old models because that's a part of the legacy too. Like I would love a pair of Crazy 8s. Are you kidding me?
I want the toasters.
The toasters, bro. The toasters are the best worst shoe that existed. Remember that USA model?
No.
Yes, I do remember. Yes.
Yo, they made a USA I can't even describe them because it was the toaster but in USA colors but still metallic. That shit was crazy. There's a classic picture of like Shaq like half making fun of him, pointing at him. If you can find it, pull it up. But maybe just do USA, Kobe, Adidas too.
Oh, I found them. Hold on. Oh my god,
bro, I love toasters. They're the worst best shoe.
The best worst shoe.
It goes both ways, I think.
These, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn, those are horrific.
But the best way possible.
We've seen with Adidas when Kobe was with Nike and Adidas would retro the Kobe models. It didn't have the same significance.
Yep.
And I think Nike is Nike. They're the machine, you know. But in the last decade, they've dropped partnerships with 4 guys who have had some of the biggest, most influential designs and sneakers in their roster: Kanye West, Jerry Lorenzo, Sean Weatherspoon, Kobe Bryant. And we have to start saying, hey, Nike, like I get it, like you are who you are. But your partnerships with these people who are continuing to drive your brand, whether it's hype, relevance, whatever you want to say, they have to do better. But they just feel like, what? We got Jordan, we got LeBron, we got, all the rap artists, the Drakes, the Travis Scott. So there's always going to be someone that's moving the needle. But
yeah, that's true.
It's very frustrating.
The brand is just too strong. We can't do anything about it.
It's like Jesus and Mero, brand too strong, baby.
Yo, I was gonna say I do feel better, like mentally. I know this is gonna sound dumb because it's like just like
we're doing a sneakers wellness check again.
Yeah, I feel better not having the sneakers app. I feel so much better.
Really?
Well, just because ignorance is bliss, and I can't see what I'm not getting. And I'm like kind of industry, like whatever. So like I get handed stuff, and I'm not used to like chasing. So like when I chase to no avail. Like where I'm trying to chase the dragon, you know what I mean? For like lack of a better metaphor, the sneakers app was doing nothing for me except making me feel bad.
Yeah.
But now that it's gone, I'm feeling pretty good. Not knowing what sneakers I'm not getting is pretty nice.
Can't relate.
Are you still hitting like that? No,
not really. Like, I mean, I hit on confirmed this week for the Yeezy 700s, but I missed on the Hawaiis, the only shoe that I wanted this week, which is, it's whatever. It's whatever.
How's the resale on Hawaii's doing?
It's guys like know? 350, 360, somewhere around there right now. Okay. It's like, I think it's flirting with the idea of going down to those low 300s. But once it does, I might have to pull the trigger.
You might strike.
I might strike. I'm tired of waiting. Like every time there's a 420 release, ever since like the White Widows came out, because, the skunks were already like crazy value the second they came out. People were like already about them, and crazy value in like 2009 or 10 or whatever it was like $400, but that was just too much for me to afford at the time. White Widows were like 120, 130, and then resale was like 150, 160. I could have done it back then, but now here I am. I've missed out on every 420 shoe at this point, and this one I'm going to try not to let slip through my fingers.
Yeah, this ain't going too crazy. It's kind of around like a 350, 400 range. I mean, when you get to the bigger sizes, you're looking at like, almost 600 for a 15, which was whatever. Down even here. Fives are almost 400. So it's not like really pouncing,
Yeah.
I think it will eventually. I think it will rise. I think that's a given. But I mean, how much will it rise? The sneaker has, it's basically 2 different sneakers when you peel the.
That's right.
So I think, and I think it's going to come to, as it's going to grow, and I can easily see this being, it rising, double in like a year and a half, and maybe I could be wrong, but I think it's one of those shoes that, kind of wouldn't mind having.
Ain't no skunk, that's for sure.
It ain't no skunk, that's true.
Skunk averaging around, we'll just say like 2,500.
Yeah, no, that's a
7,000 for 5.5. Fuck out of here. I mean, these numbers aren't real, but just seeing them sort of is insulting.
Walk the dogs were like 350 when they first came out, and now here we are. They're like 600 now already.
Yeah. That's the question I want to ask you guys. It's because I'm not the biggest fan of resale. You know, do you guys feel like, I got to get in before it becomes too unobtainable?
As I get older, I think no, not really. Like for sure, for like the Hawaiis are kind of a bad example for me to say, like after being like, I want these at 300, but for the most part, it's like no. Like for example, you know, I'm there's more shoes I can afford now, you know, so like after sitting a few pairs out that I wasn't able to get when I was a kid, it's like, you know, whatever. I'm able to afford it now. I'm doing okay. I think it just kind of you just if it fits into your life somehow, it'll come to you. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Yeah, you also are down to like trade or sell something in order to get something else. That's a compromise that not a lot of people are willing to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a very adult way to approach it.
I think that's what you have to do now at this point, you know, and we've discussed this plenty of times on this podcast where if you are paying resale for all your, you know, straight resale for all your purchases, you are either
broke,
rich, or B, stupid as fuck. Because, you know, every month you'll be saying, damn, I need these. Damn, I need these. You have to figure out how to, you know, move what you have to get what you want. And if that means moving, you know, a bunch of fucking t-shirts that you've had or some sneakers that, you know, that are really valuable that you had for almost a decade, move them. Do what you got to do if that's what you want. So,
you know, Lawrence, speaking of moving, I kind of want to talk about Salehi Bembury's Finders Keepers New Balance promotion. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's like a promotion. I guess it's just like how he's releasing the sneaker, but you're just talking about movement in general. So like, I'll speak generally just to fill you, whoever doesn't know, in. So he has a collaboration with New Balance where he made 50 pairs of this like crazy sneaker
with like the leopard print.
Yeah, there's like 3 kinds of leopard print on there. That shit is just all sorts of crazy, like seemingly unwearable unless like you're that type of person. But he's not selling them. You can't buy these anywhere. You can only find them in places that he places them. So he's all around. I think he's in LA. If I'm mistaken, I apologize. But
the pictures are in the Staples Center. So
so he's just dropping these shits all along LA, and through his story, he's like giving hints and shit. And like, you know, we talked about how like there's no real experience in sneakers anymore. Well, I think Salehi has sort of said, fuck you guys. That's not true, because the amount of hype over finding these, I'm so jealous that I'm not in LA just to try and find them.
Yeah, me too, man.
I mean, just one way to sort of like, so he came off that Anta project where I feel like everybody got a pair. I feel like everybody was able to get one, and they were technically a hiking shoe. So that's encouraging, like having an experience more to the side of like, Luke, what you were saying, like now that I have the sneaker, what do I do with them?
Yeah.
But these ones, you have them both ways. So it's like, how did you find them? And what did you do with them after?
Right. Exactly.
I don't know if I think I told you guys off mic about like this New Balance Discord that's floating around.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give too much information out because those guys are really tight, like on what they do and say in there. It's like a circle of trust where they all really help each other. But what I will say is like at one point there was like double digits people on the chat function at Discord helping this one dude find one of the sneakers, and like the guy, I wasn't there. But like even the secondary experience of the guys telling me who helped the guy who found it, I mean that's some fucking cool shit right there. I wish there was more shit like that. It's kind of like what the Nigel Sylvester drop was like, but it was so like through the sneakers app that it seemed disingenuous, you know?
Could you remind the listeners about the Nigel Sylvester drop? Just the listeners.
Yeah, Lawrence helped me out, but basically it was through the sneakers app that he was hiding sneakers all around New York City.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah, it was like the sneaker stash, where you had the certain locations, and and the thing about it is, with certain things like this, people already know where the drops are,
right?
So they are already in the loop, and so people were following Sylvester from the first location to the second location, and so there were people that were able to do well, but for the most part, it was pretty tough.
Yeah, it was. I'm not going to say more of a backdoor situation, but like Lauren said, I think it was less genuine, especially with like Nike sort of like puppeteering the whole thing. You know what I mean? So, but with this, it was just Salehi. It was just him going and finding spots that he liked to hide.
Mhm.
And I actually had the pleasure of talking with him for a hot second. I was trying to explain to Trey like what was happening, and he just FaceTime Slahy, so I had to like explain it to him. He was like, yeah, this seems kind of crazy because people were like following me in the car, like right behind me, knowing exactly where I was going. I was like, yeah, dude, because there was like a team of kids like tracking you like detectives. But that's some cool shit. I kind of like if there's some way that next time we're able to do a giveaway, I would love to do something like that because that's cool to me.
I say we do we do a giveaway, but we have to like you have to get like a punch card and you have to watch us do stand up 10 times. And you have to cash it in.
We're like the coupon comedians. Is that what you're saying, Luke?
Exactly. Like you have to watch like 10 sold out Tuesdays to even get a chance to look at the shoes. You know?
Kind of funny. I like that. Maybe we should do that.
Listen, I'm not against it. I got some ideas. You know, we got some friends that know how to make some sneakers.
That's very true. Very true. Very true. But yeah, shout out to Slahy just because I just think that's such a cool experience to, especially, you know, after COVID, this whole thing. It's like
I differ a little bit, man. I'm not the biggest, like, it's like fuck, more more hunts, more shit, more hoops that they're making people who want sneakers go through it. You know, kind of becomes bullshit at times. You know?
Well, when you're by yourself, I totally understand what you're saying. Like, I don't want to like by myself go fucking find some shoe. Yeah. But if it's like, imagine the four of us and Meanie in a car and we got like hints and shit. We got nothing to do on a Saturday. Like, come on, dog. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, but that's the thing. As true comedians, we always have something to do on Saturday. We always got a show to go to. You know what I'm saying? And
not at 2 p.m., dog. Unless you're doing those weird ones.
Not at 2 p.m. But if you get your punch card at the shows.
Yo, that's actually I want to do that. It's pretty funny.
We run a show. We can do that. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, it's true. L, I know you. So you're coming in late. So I basically before you got in, I was talking about the Kaws exhibit that I went to earlier at the Brooklyn Museum. And we sort of ran through a bunch of stuff. But I don't know if there's anything you specifically wanted to talk about.
Nah, man. It's you know,
not to put you on the spot like that.
No. It's just been an interesting week for buying stuff for, you know, for sneakers, whatever. I've had it's a cool week.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Did you try to get the clock?
No, I didn't try to do any of that, man. I had actually bought I had bought my neutral gray ones off of Go.
You got them already.
Finally, I purchased a pair. So so I was like, no more spending money.
Right.
This week.
Got you.
I spent a little too much on those. So
too much in the sense of like, if you look at the price, you're like, okay, but like you're happy with it.
I'm happy with it. So
that's all that matters.
All right, so you're kind of we never really got into how you guys feel about like getting in at a certain level for sneakers.
Well, I will always go back to Mars Yards as my don't do it and regret it. Don't not do it and regret it. So there you go.
I mean, you know where I'm at, bro. Just if I'm not handed it, I don't like. What am I doing?
Exactly. Chris is consistent. I'm a designer. I get shit for free. If I don't get it for free, it's not mine.
No, I'll do retail. I did retail on the Guava 4s. Like, I'll do retail. You just got to send me a link that I make sure I get the retail.
But I will say, I'm not out here buying everything, resale. And now I'm about to beat someone in the head for some pair of sneakers because I'm like, I got to feel like I'm not, I got to make some of it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So.
No, but that's cool. I mean, I guess any final thoughts, any last words on this episode?
I'm good. Everybody stay healthy. Stay happy.
Yep. So you can follow Luke at Trevisus, LZD325. That's L. Me, I'm not that Cheney, CHENEY. Meanie, 3 Meanie in the back. He hates when we plug him, but that's our guy. He makes this shit sound good every week, so shout him out. We got the Instagram at SupPodcast NYC, and then the Discord's the main one. I mean, like visually, social media, like we're on Instagram. That's like our main hub, but Discord's really where we're like hanging out.
It's where we're chilling, having a good time with everybody.
Yep.
And listen to Lawrence's podcast. I hate this job.
That's right.
Oh, I do hate my job so much. So. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
That last episode with Usama was so funny, man.
We started talking about drugs up top, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? Fuck it. Let's talk.
Oh, my man. I'm not gonna speak it. My man.
Got.
Nah, he has a good time, bro.
Yeah,
he has a good time.
He talked about you how he saw you one night. You know, he was drugged out. So yeah, it's a funny.
Oh, you guys talked about that?
I think it was off camera, but it was off mic. But yeah, it was fucking hilarious. So.
Yes. He has a lot of love to give.
Yes.
Pause. But all right, guys, that's it this week. Again, follow us, subscribe, please like, review, whatever you can do. Like, you know, we don't like asking this. You guys just should be doing it. If you're listening, please give us a shout.
No, fuck that. Do
Fuck that. We like asking, and we're gonna keep asking until you keep doing it. All right.
Fuck that. That's a fact.
If you don't do it every week, we're gonna have to remind you. So please rate
Very fair
videos. You know, rate everything 5 stars. Review, leave some nice reviews. Tell some people about us. You know, some streetwear friends of yours. Let them know. And join our Discord.
Join the motherfucking Discord, y'all. We love y'all.
The threat from the French guy in Lawrence.
There you go.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.